Hi, I'm Corey Timmerman. I'm a fourth-year biology major from Westlake, Texas. I think that the main person I was thinking about when I applied to Texas 4000 was my dad. He is a radiation oncologist, which means that he treats cancer using radiation. And as long as I can remember, he's been doing that job, and I just always looked up to him because he was helping people every day, and he really inspired me to, want to do more in the fight against cancer. So that's a main motivation for why I applied. But also, other members of my family and friends have been affected by cancer. Two of my grandparents have had it, and also one of my cousins and other members of our family and even close friends have been affected too. And I think that that's a story that a lot of people can relate to. A lot of people's close family and friends have gone through this, and so I think that another reason why I ride is just to show support for them and their families who are struggling with this, and just show them that there are even complete strangers out there that are really dedicated to finding a cure for this disease. I think that I most identify with knowledge. Just because of my background in biology, I've spent these past 3 years in college, learning about how disease works and how it moves through the body. And I think that, I find it really interesting, and I think that the research to find a cure is all based in the knowledge that, that the scientific community has gained over the years. But I think that while I identify most with knowledge, I think that hope is probably the most important of the 3 pillars. Just because if the scientists didn't hope or didn't believe that they could find a cure, then they wouldn't be looking for one. And if, the families of someone affected, and even a person that has cancer and is battling it, if they didn't hope or think that they could get through it, then they wouldn't be fighting. And even as far as charity for donors, if they didn't, think or hope that they would find a cure, or hope that they could put their money towards something that would, make the situation better, then they wouldn't donate. And so that's why I think that hope is probably the most important of the 3 pillars. I think that would have to be the 2014 Austin Marathon and Half Marathon. Texas 4000 was like on the sidelines, kind of meant to cheer on the runners and encourage them in whether they were running the half or the full. And I had already signed up for the half when we found out that Texas 4000 was going to do kind of a volunteer event out of it, and so I didn't get to volunteer, and I was disappointed about that. But I remember coming around, I think it was like around the 4th mile, that the Texas 4000, the group was there cheering, and then I just came around this curve, and this roar of screams and shouts of encouragement hit all of us. And I think I looked around, and there were a ton of people all running around me, and everybody, it seemed like sped up and got excited, and the enthusiasm and excitement from my teammates kind of carried me for at least the next 5 miles, and by then it was almost over because I was doing the half. And so it was a really, really great experience.